guys, this is Rahul, your review mate, and today we will be discussing the review of this smartphone, which is Xiaomi Redmi 3S Prime, and it comes with Snapdragon 430 chipset. The specifications are written here on the screen, you can see, and we will be reviewing it after using around 1 month, and this will be a completely honest, detailed and unbiased review, so do stay tuned to us. Today we are going to review this device, which is Xiaomi Redmi 3S Prime, and I had purchased this device about a month ago from me.in, and I have been using this for the past 1 month. So today I will be giving you my review or opinion about this device, and this will be a completely unbiased and honest review from a user's point of view. So starting with the design of the phone, you can see at the back you have got a fingerprint sensor. You have got a 13 megapixel shooter, you have got a single LED flash, you have got a speaker grill at the bottom with the usual branding. At the top you have got a 3.5 mm audio jack, infrared sensor, secondary microphone. At the bottom you have got a charging port, and primary microphone lies here. Then you have got a SIM card tray, which is a hybrid SIM card tray. That means you can insert a micro SIM card and one memory card, or instead of that memory card you can use another nano SIM card. Then you have got the power button and the volume rockers over here at the right side. So that's pretty much about the design. At the front you have got the buttons which are not backlit. Then you have got LED notification light here at the bottom, you can see it's blinking right now. Then at the top you have got your earpiece, and there is one sensor over here which is proximity sensor, which won't be visible in the black color itself. Then you've got a 5 megapixel shooter at the top. So this was all about the design. So now we will talk about the fingerprint sensor of the phone. So you can see the fingerprint sensor works quite well, but it's not the fastest fingerprint. It's not that what you get in Redmi Note 3 or other devices. It takes a bit of time. It's not that it takes over a second, but it takes a bit of time, which is greater than what you could have seen on Redmi Note 3. And one more thing is there, you need to apply a bit of pressure, and then only it detects your fingerprint. It doesn't detect your fingerprint always. It works, you can say 8 out of 10 times, and considering the budget of the phone, it's very good. I don't have any complaint about the fingerprint sensor. Now we'll talk about the UI of the device. Currently I have been using MIUI 8 on this device, and the phone had launched with MIUI 7, but it was recently updated. Not recently, it had been around a month. So now what are the changes that you can see on this device is that it looks cooler, it looks colorful, and all the quick action settings have been over here only, you can see, and you can scroll it horizontally and you can access all the settings, and you can customize this as well. And the brightness bar is over here only. You can control the auto brightness over here, or in fact manual brightness can also be controlled from here. And apart from this, you've got a reading mode also in this MIUI 8 update, where you can filter the blue light from the screen, and you can protect your eyes from the blue lights. And apart from this, there have been a lot of changes under the hood. We'll have to dive into settings to get all these changes noticed. So you can see all these settings features are same at the top, but you have got a search bar over here where you can type. Suppose I want to dive into the developer settings, I can directly type here, and I can access the developer options from here. So it's a nice thing to have. And then let us talk about other settings which have been over here. So you can see, and as far as fingerprint sensor settings is concerned, you can dive into lock screen and password. From here you can set your fingerprint. But what has been amazing is the second space which has been provided. This is a completely new feature and it works amazing. Once you dive into it, you can go to the second space. I've already switched on this second space, and I can show you that you can directly click this and it will switch onto the second space, where you have completely different sets of apps, and you can customize these apps. You can move the apps from one space to another, from another space to the first one. So it's a completely new and a very good feature to have. And I remember Coolpad had once launched a device with similar feature, and it was inbuilt into their UI, and the specs were very mediocre for the phone, and the phone was priced at above 20,000 rupees, in fact more than twice of this phone's price. So you get the same sets of functions over here in this second space menu, and this phone costs just above $100. So it's an amazing feature to have. Then apart from this, you have got a quick ball settings. Let me show you. When you will have to go into additional settings, you have got quick ball settings, and if you will switch this on, you get this ball, floating ball on the screen, and it has multiple functions inbuilt. So you can directly click it from here and you can move to your home screen, you can take a screenshot, you can move backwards, you can lock your screen. All these things are customizable. As you can see, you can select your own shortcuts from here, and it works well. It has been given to improve one-handed uses of the phone, but this phone is very compact. It has just got a 5-inch display, and it feels lightweight, not that heavy considering the battery inside it. We'll talk about the battery in a moment. So it's a good feature, but I don't use it because it sometimes prevents me from using other app icons on the home screen. Now apart from this, you don't have a lot of changes. Second space was a very welcome change over there. Then we'll talk about the other things about the phone, and specs of the phone might already be known to you. It consists of a Snapdragon 430 chipset, which is very much similar to a Snapdragon 616 architecture. You get A53 cores, 8 cores, and what has been improved is the GPU over here. The GPU is now improved. It consists of Adreno 505 GPU, and you can play even the heaviest of games very well in this device. So that's a kind of improvement. So one more thing about UI I would like to point, that you don't get any gesture support on this phone. So you don't get double tap to lock your device, double tap to unlock your device. So that is the thing I have been missing, and that has been not provided in MIUI 8 even. Now let me go into the first space. So when you move into the first space, you will have to register your password or fingerprint, and it works amazing. You can see the fingerprint that was set on the first space doesn't work here. Here you not give the fingerprint because I've not set it, so you can unlock it instantly. So everything has been taken care of, and this works amazing. You can directly take the advantage of having two different phones with just one device. So now it is switching, you can see, and I've been switched into the first space. So from here we will talk about the RAM management of the device. So let me open a few apps for the moment, and you can check from here the app opening speed also. It takes a while to open the apps. It's not that fast when while opening the apps, in fact. And let us dive again into the maps. So you can see it takes a bit of time. It's not that quick to open the apps. And anytime if you talk about the memory uses, it has 1.2 GB or 1.4 GB of memory free if all your apps have been cleaned or have been closed. So you can see it takes a bit of time, and if we try to move into other set of apps, currently I've not opened a lot of apps, so obviously all the apps will be in the memory itself. So what I will do is I will fast forward these things. Let me open a few apps and I will fast forward the things from here till I open the apps, and then I will show you which apps are in the memory or not. So welcome back, and you can see I have opened a lot of apps, including a set of heavy apps, also heavy gaming apps in fact. So we will now move to Paytm. Suppose it's in the memory. It took fraction of a second to load, and let me dive into the Play Store. It is in the memory again, and as you can see it has currently 669 MB of out of 3 GB available after opening these many apps also. So the memory management is good, and a lot of apps are kept into the memory even after switching between different apps. But this was reloaded. Since this was a heavy app, this was thrown out of the memory, but it took very less time, and in fact it didn't reload. it was into the memory. So this is dead trigger 2 and it was also into the memory. Now let me dive into this Nova 3 and check whether it's in the memory or not. So again, yeah, it took just a second to load and it was into the memory. So all these apps were into the memory and the RAM management on this device is good. Now we'll talk about the heating effect on the phone after using a lot of apps or multitasking. See, this is a metal device. It is gonna warm up. You will have to keep this in mind. It will warm up on this side at the back, and since this is a metal body, it dissipates the heat. It cools down faster if you stop multitasking or if you keep the device in a cooler place. But suppose if you are outside into the sun, nothing can stop it from getting hot. So that's not a point if you keep this device in a temperature of around 40 degrees centigrade, and if you will complain that it is getting hot, it will definitely, considering the metal body at the back. I have seen devices with even plastic body. I've seen Coolpad Note 3, I've seen in fact Motorola devices getting hotter, and this is a metal device. It has got a premium build, but considering the metal body, it will get heated, but not to an uncomfortable level. I've not seen it heating to that uncomfortable level, but considering the temperature at this place, it's not that much in Bangalore. So I cannot say about other places, but definitely if you will keep this in sun, because when I am outside and when the temperature rises, the phone feels a little bit warmer, and at the same time if you will start multitasking on this device, it will definitely get hotter. But I will suggest you that you don't keep these things in mind, because considering the temperature and the metal build, the same thing you can expect from any other devices out there. So this was about the heating effect. So my opinion is that there is no overheating kind of thing. If you are in a good temperature environment, you will not face any kind of overheating issues on the device. So that's my view. So you need not be worried about that thing. Now the most important thing in a device is the battery of this phone, and this is the USP of this device. So I was surprised seeing the design of the phone, how compact it feels in hand, how lightweight it is. It is not that heavy, and my next phone is certainly going to be a 5-inch device. I will never prefer a 5.5-inch device, considering the comfort that these kind of compact devices give. But what kind of engineering goes behind this to fit a 4000 mAh of battery inside this? This is a monstrous battery, and it will give you over you can say 8 hours of screen on time definitely, and you can go 2 days without even thinking about exhausting your battery. You cannot even exhaust your battery before 24 hours. That's my guarantee. You can play games, you can do any multimedia or social networking. You will not be able to exhaust this battery before a day at least. So considering average user, it will definitely go for 2 days, and there is no doubt in that. So the claims are really true. And let me show you a picture from the screenshots which I had taken, and it might be somewhere, yeah, in the screenshots I have got this. So you can see I went straight 20 hours 16 minutes, and there was a lot of uses in between, but the screen on time was 8 hours 28 minutes, and at that point of time I had 5% of battery left. So you can get at least 9 to 10 hours of screen on time if you are an average user, or minimum you will definitely get 7 to 8 hours of screen on time. So that's far better than what you get in other devices out there, and that's a leading approach what Xiaomi had taken in terms of battery, right, since it launched Redmi Note 3. We have seen that the battery capacity of the device has been kept close to 4000 mAh, and at the same time the software optimizations are great, so it provides you a great battery life. And if your prime requirement is that your phone should have a good battery life, obviously you can purchase this device without any second thought. Now one more thing is that when you purchase a device, you think about the after sales service. So let me clarify, the after sales service of Xiaomi is pathetic. I've seen my friends going to the service center for months, calling there, but there is very less response, especially in India. they are not responsive. Once you give them the device, they will take in fact couple of months or even more to process your request. So that's one point where Xiaomi needs a kind of improvement, you can say. But this is the case with different other manufacturers also, new manufacturers like Coolpad, like even Lenovo, or other devices out there, even Laiko. All these are not maintaining their after sales service quality. So if you are going to decide amongst these all, why don't you decide the one which gives you better value for money? So that was my take on the after sales service of Xiaomi. So now we'll talk about the camera part of the device, and camera is the priority for most of the buyers when they are going for any device. So first of all, I will start with the overview of how the camera menu looks inside. So you can see you have got HDR option to switch on or off here, and you have got the flashlight controller here. Then you've got different types of filters over here. You can see you've got different types of filters which you can choose from. Then you've got different types of modes in the settings, and you can straighten, manual exposure you can control. Then all these kind of panorama, timer, audio, scene, all these things you can control from here. Now you can do the video recording from this button, and as far as the shutter speed is considered, it's quite quick. I mean, it will take just less than a second to capture any shot, and at the same time if you switch on this HDR option, it takes a while to capture or process the image, and this is the case with almost all the devices. Now let me show you a few samples of the pictures that I had taken. So I will start from here. You can see this was a picture which was taken in a kind of indoor environment. Lighting situations were not that great, but the image turned out to be good. You can see there is a lot of noise, but it is usable. It's not that bad considering the budget of the device. Again, this was also taken in the indoor conditions only, and you can see the details, you can read all the things, and it's also good. The noise is there, but it has been kept under limit, you can say. Now this was a picture which was taken outdoors, and it turned out to be great. Let me zoom into it, and you can see the quality of the image. The colors look very real. Exposure is good. Saturation is very good. There is no oversaturation happening here. This image was also taken in a very good lighting situation, in fact, and it again turned out to be very good. The colors here also look very real. They are not oversaturated. The greens look green, in fact, and they look actual green. This was again taken, and it also came out to be very good. And again, this image also, you can see the clarity of the image. It's very good, and everything is clear and sharp, and the details are very good. So if you're in good lighting situations, the details will come out to be very good. Then I tried this image, and I was trying a macro shot, but it didn't come out well. The bokeh effect was not there at the back. And apart from this, these all images were taken, and here you can see there was good amount of blurring or bokeh effect going on, so it turned out to be well. And there are a few video samples which I will be playing at the end of this video, so stay tuned. And this was the selfie camera sample, and it also came out to be very good. You can see the details, and you can see the details. It turned out to be very good and clear. So there was good light, and under good lighting situations, as I've told, both the cameras work very well. But sometimes when you are against the light, when you're not facing the light, then you might face problem because your face might get darkened, and that's a case which I feel should be improved, because once you're against the light, the exposure is not good, the exposure is not controlled well, and you can see once you are under poor lighting situations, this is what happens. Now this is an image which was taken in poor lighting environment. Now again, this was on auto mode, there was no manual exposure over there, but the same image was taken in auto mode on Asus Zenfone Max that I have. So this image you can see and this image you can see. It's at least usable on Asus Zenfone Max. I can use this image. I can even upload this image on the social media. It's usable. But this image is pathetic. It didn't come out to be good and it's not even usable. You can see it's grainy. A lot of noise is there. No exposure control, nothing. So auto mode doesn't work, at least on this device. And if you are under poor lighting situations, so do remember, when you are outside in a party, in a restaurant, never take out this phone to take a selfie camera if the lighting situations is not good, because you might feel insulted after showing the samples to your friends. So this was a kind of camera review, a short camera review of Xiaomi Redmi 3S or 3S Prime. And as far as my take is that the camera is very good considering the budget of the phone, and the rear camera and the front camera works very well under good lighting situations. The only problem which most of the phone suffers with is the poor lighting environment, where you will see that the rear camera holds well but the front camera does not hold. So the front camera is not usable in poor lighting situations. That's my final review about this camera. Now a few things which we didn't discuss about the device, I would like to talk about that. Screen quality of this device is amazing, although it's a 720p display, but remember the PPI count is more due to smaller screen size. It's just a 5-inch display, and so you won't have any issues with the screen quality. The display looks amazing. It looks very good while using it. And as far as the buttons are considered, these buttons are not backlit. This is one thing. Then the call quality on this phone was amazing. You can hear even in the traffic situations, even on roads, everything, every sound can be heard clearly through the earpiece of the device. And as far as audio quality from the earphone jack is considered, it's also amazing. And I will recommend you use Xiaomi's headphones, because there is a kind of settings in this device which will help you customize your Xiaomi's earphone with this phone. So you can go with Xiaomi's own earphone. The links have been given in the description below. And then next thing is durability of this device. See, it's a metal device, so if you're going to drop this, it will get dents. This is for sure. It will get dents at the corners or edges, but the screen is not that prone to damage as you can see on the Redmi Note 3, because that was a 5.5-inch device. This is just a 5-inch device, so it won't be affected that much when it drops. But I will suggest you can apply a good quality screen guard or tempered glass impact on this device so that you can protect it, because the after sales service is pathetic, as I have already told. And apart from this, if you want me to suggest you a back cover, this is a back cover which I have purchased, and it fits very well on this device. So let me show you. Yeah, it fits very well. It looks good, and it has got a kind of sandstone, soft sandstone finish at the back. And I have given the link again in the description below. So it feels lightweight, it doesn't feel that heavy, and it fits very well. The grip is also good, so it won't slip from your hand, and it protects your phones at these edges, because these edges have been covered well. So this was all about the review of this phone, and I will be leaving you with the gaming sessions and a video sample session after this. So you can see the timings here on the screen. So this is the video recording sample from Redmi 3S Prime, and you can see the colors look good. The exposure is also controlled once I switch the scenes. Here you can see it just exposure very fast, and as you can see the video quality is decent. It's amazing, and the colors look very much natural. So this was from the rear 13 megapixel shooter of Redmi 3S Prime, and it does a kind of autofocus. You can see autofocus is there. There will be no problem of focusing the objects. So it's a good camera in terms of video recording as far as rear camera is considered. This is a video sample taken from the front camera, and you can see it suits good video if you are in good lighting situations. Once you move away from the light, it goes completely dark. So this is the problem here. If the light is good, the video is good. If the light is bad, the video is bad. And thank you for watching. So this will be the gaming review of the phone, and let me first of all tell you that the games play very well on this device, and any game you can throw on it, either Nova 3 or any of the games, Asphalt 8 on the highest graphics settings, it will play all the games with ease. Very minimal lags, or sometimes you might face some kind of hiccups, but it plays all the games very well and better than the devices running on Snapdragon 615 or 616. So I will be playing first of all Frontline 2. I had loaded the game into the memory previously. I missed it again. I'm a bad player. Sorry for that. This time I got one. I got the second one. So I'm improving, I think. Okay, so I will be switching to the next game, and the next game will be Nova 3. Oh, it's still in the memory. You remember the previous time we had opened this, and it's still in the memory. So I played a few levels of this, and so there is no hint of any lag over here, nowhere. You can see it runs very smoothly, and it doesn't even feel that I'm playing such a heavy game on a device which costs just 7,000 of rupees. So as I've died, I will switch on to another game now. And since we have completed Frontline 2 and Nova 3, we can come to the conclusion that game plays very well on this device, and you won't face any kind of hiccups while playing the game. And I don't think there is a point in showing you any other game, since I've played Nova 3 and you already know as of now that you can play almost every game. But let me just play it for a second. And I've just started this, so I've not played it before. I don't play a lot of games. This was just for the review purpose only. As of now, I can feel a little bit of warmth on the device at the back side, but that's obvious after playing such heavy games. So you can see the game plays very well, it runs very smoothly, and this was a kind of short gaming review on the Xiaomi Redmi 3S Prime. Remember, this device comes with 3 gigs of RAM. You might face some kind of problems while playing with the 2 gigs of RAM. I've not tested that out. Sometimes you might feel that the game will be thrown out of the memory, but otherwise the performance will remain very much similar. You won't face a lot of difference in case of these two devices, one Xiaomi Redmi 3S and the another one, that is this one, Xiaomi Redmi 3S Prime. Now, one more thing, thank you for supporting us, and we are just beginners, so if you feel that some kind of differences are there in your opinion and our opinion, do give that in the comment section below, because sometimes, you know what, the phones might be defective, or my device won't be performing the same as your device would be. So you can keep the descriptions in the comment section below, so that we can know whether our device is defective or not if you don't agree with any of our points. And since we are new and we want to bring more informative videos, so we would like to have your support. So do like this video if you have got any positive information from it. Share this video, support us by subscribing us, and you can put your comments and suggestions in the comment section below. So thank you for watching this review. This is Rahul signing off. Stay tuned to Review Mates. Goodbye.